inspired you to make this?
So yeah, I mean, I saw a Blue Man Group show. That was my big inspiration. I saw Blue Man Group back in 2006, and that's kind of what I saw there. Like I saw like a billboard in Vegas first. I got their CD, and my sister and I actually listened to their first song on the Complex CD, Above, and we were inspired to create a dance piece for it because I grew up dancing, and I just kind of grew into a Blue Man Group fan over time, and I just kind of fell in love with the sound of the pipes, and from that's what kind of made me really want to build my own instrument and start playing recognizable songs. Because my favorite part of their show is called Tributes, and what they do is they play songs like you just heard, like a Virgin and Crazy Train and some others. And after I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to hear so much more like songs that I know, and just take it another step further. And that's really what inspired me to start this. So.
How did you build it?
How did I build it? Basically, my dad and I just sat down and kind of roughly planned it out. Like we found some instructions online, which kind of gave us a general start of where we wanted to go, and kind of introduced us to some of the terminology of like couplings and elbows, which are the churns, and that's kind of what got us started. But what I wanted to do with it was make a 2-octave chromatic kind of scale, so it's kind of set up like a piano. That way I could just take any song that I've learned on the piano and transfer it to this. And I've been playing piano since I was 5, and so I've learned a lot of songs over time, and I thought that'd be the easiest setup versus Blue Man Groups. Their instruments kind of set up a little bit differently, just to allow them to play their music a lot easier. So I figured this way I could play any song I wanted, and yeah. Well, I got a little off track. Oh, how did I build it? Yeah, so we just kind of roughly planned that out, and then just went for it. We went to Home Depot, bought out pretty much all of their ABS pipe. I call it PVC just because that's the more common terminology for plumbing pipe, but it's actually ABS pipe technically, which is black and more used for like underground kind of stuff because it's not as pretty. And then we just kind of went for it, and so 2007, that summer, my dad and I just went for it, and we got it done by the end of the summer. And that was my first instrument, though. That's the one that's like a little jankier looking, and it's black and silver now as well. So yeah, but then right before I went off to college in 2010, that's when I was like, ooh, I really want to be able to take this to college and keep doing it. And so that's when we built this guy, and it's the much more improved version. And we originally called it the PVC 2.0, but then we eventually renamed it to be Rimba Tubes, which I thought was a more fun name. So yeah.
How did you learn to tune it?
We literally had to cut it just 1,000 times because there's no there's exact formulas to calculate the right length of pipe, but because of what we were trying to do and keep it contained within the shell frame, it wasn't like we could just have it drop down and just shoot out forever. We wanted it contained so I could, transport it around, put it in the car, and so we literally just cut off the tiniest little slivers, and we have a huge bag of them, of just like the tiniest slivers, and so just very painstaking at first because we didn't even have a tuner, so I was just using my ear. And I was like, okay, that sounds a little flat. And my dad was like, you sure? And I was like, yeah, so let's cut it a little bit more. Okay, it's too sharp, we have to start over. Okay, so, it was just a lot of trial and error and guessing and checking. But eventually, I think it, turned out all right. So, just a lot of patience.
And then when did you start making the YouTube videos?
Yeah, so it's funny how I actually started YouTube. When I was a little bit younger, like 7th grade, 8th grade, I was starting to get really into filmmaking, and that's actually what I was originally wanting to pursue. Like in college, I wanted to do that, and so was kind of just making a lot of home videos and school project videos and stuff. And my sister was like, hey, why don't you get a YouTube channel and you could post some of your videos? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really need to share it with the internet. And she's like, all right, fine, that's cool. And eventually I did join. And actually my YouTube birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So 5 years now, it's almost been. And then, so after, I think it was right before I actually built it, that's when I made the channel. And then I started making YouTube videos that fall with my instrument. And it was really bad at first. Like my first video, if you look at it, oh my God. I play a lot of the same songs you just heard today, but I'm not a trained percussionist. So I literally am just kind of like dinking around on it, trying to play some songs, and my rhythm's horrible, and it's just kind of really bad. But I've grown a lot since then, and I've been making a lot more videos now. So.
And what are your plans for the future with this?
Yeah, I mean, ever since I've been still doing YouTube videos. Obviously, the one went viral, so that's kind of inspired me to just keep making more videos for my fans. And I just like doing stuff that inspires me. I don't really try to do stuff that I feel like I need to do, because like obviously I don't post that often anymore. But it's just because I'm busy with theater and stuff. But I want to keep doing it, and I hope to join the Blue Man Group one day. That's kind of my dream. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to do a lot more theater stuff still. I'm in college right now for theater, and hopefully I can join the Blue Man Group, because I don't really think I'm going to actually do make a living off of this or try to pursue this as a career. I'm not really on track to become a professional musician. That's just not what I really want to do. But it's just fun as a hobby right now, and to just kind of do it for fun just on YouTube and inspire others. It's been pretty cool too. So yeah. Do you guys have questions?
Yeah. How do you transport this?
How do I transport it? Good question. Well, luckily it's it's all very tightly put together. There's glue. There's braces in the back, and the shelf frame itself is very durable. And what we do is luckily this one's on wheels. My first one, we didn't think of it. And so I just would have to lug it around like this if I was trying to do it by myself. It's very awkward to carry by yourself. But with two people, it's a little bit more manageable. Still awkward though. I mean, it's pretty heavy too. It's like 165 pounds. So otherwise, we designed it to fit in the back of our van, so I could transport it to other locations. And that's how I got it here. So it's home in Oregon last week. So yeah. Other questions?
Have
Yes.
you experimented with any other Blue Man Group instruments?
I have actually. I've got a air pole. I tried building an air pole. It's basically what Blue Man Group has is this it's kind of like a fishing rod. Imagine a fishing rod, just a fiberglass pole, and they whip it through the air to get like a cool whipping sound, and they can do some kind of rhythmic things with that. However, it's pretty limiting because it is just kind of more of like a percussive thing, and I can't really make music from it. So I've only done one performance with it. But that's a fun thing as well, and I haven't broken anything with it. Whipping it through the air. It's like 5 feet long, so it's pretty big. But it's a little hard also just to be a solo performer, because I can't really make music as full sounding by myself, and so that's a very, very limiting factor for me. And that's why I do a lot of twin and triplet videos on YouTube, where I pretend to clone myself, and I just use a little split screen effect and just to make it look a little bit better and sound better, because I'm not able to play a lot of songs just because I'm by myself, and I play a lot of Blue Man Group songs, and I have to try to arrange them to be by myself. But then again, I'm still playing for 3 guys, so it's very challenging to try to make a full sound with just such a limiting instrument, and that's why I can't do a whole lot of stuff with my air pole either, just because I'm by myself. So yeah.
Did you have to try different sizes of pipe?
We kind of determined right away I wanted to just use 2-inch. This is just 2-inch ABS pipe. But I looked at the other kinds and stuff, but this just seemed to be the best for what I wanted to do. Because any bigger, like 3 inches, it kind of was a little bit too big. Like, I love that bass sound. Like this one, you know, like, it's so, but I can't do as much melodically with like bigger pipe. And then the shorter pipe, it just was like it could get too long if I wanted to get bass notes. So like this was a nice in between where I could have the bass notes, but also have some nice high melodic notes as well. So, hi, thanks for coming. Cool. Other questions?
What's your favorite song to play?
My favorite song to play, well, my favorite song in general was PVC 4 by Blue Man Group, and so that's a really fun one to play, and I was going to demonstrate that for you guys. I could still do that. Otherwise, I get a lot of requests to do like Crazy Train, because like that was the one I did at the end, because it just gets really fast and legit. And Pirates of the Caribbean is also a cool sounding one. And what else do I like to play? Yeah, those are my big ones, I think. Yeah.
Can you do Under the Sea?
Under the Sea, I can't do that one.